Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've had a video, but this one is very, very important. I got a phone call from my mom yesterday telling me that they had found the body of a 5-year-old girl who had been missing since last Sunday in a vacant building in Detroit. She'd had her head crushed in, been asphyxiated, and set on fire. This little girl, Mariha, or Maria, I'm not sure which way is the correct way of pronouncing it, and I don't want to be wrong, Smith, had come up missing last Sunday. Her mother, Kanisha, I believe is how you pronounce her name, Smith, told police she passed out after a night of drinking and a gathering at a home she shared in Burlingame. When she awoke, her 5-year-old daughter was gone. Polygraph tests indicated that the mother was being truthful, and other family members were questioned, including Mariah's aunt and her boyfriend, and I believe that they all passed. That's a horrible tragedy. It's terrible, and I truly hope they find the person that perpetrated this crime. My biggest problem with this case is Donna Norris fought for a long time, made it her life's mission for the Amber Alert. For those of you who don't know who Donna Norris is, she is Amber Hagerman's mother, the girl that the Amber Alert is named after. Amber was abducted in Texas and murdered, and because there was no connection, they didn't get it state to or town to town. Amber's murder could have been caught. They could have caught that person if they'd had the plate number that the gentleman had seen or whatever before that happened. But we didn't hear anything about it. A friend of mine lives in Ann Arbor, just a stone's throw away from Detroit, and had not heard of this case. Another friend of mine lives in Lapeer and had never heard of this case. Again, not that far away from Detroit at all. What I want to know is why we were not informed. Isn't that what this was for? A child is a child. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. We should have known right away. Donna worked really hard, and the Amber Alert is supposed to be nationwide, not just town-wide. It's nationwide. If I can hear about a little girl coming up missing from Satsuma, Florida, if I get that alert on my Facebook, on my phone, on my MySpace, on my Yahoo, everything that I am signed up for to get it on, I can hear about Haley Cummings coming up missing hundreds and hundreds of miles away. But I don't hear about a little girl that came up missing from the same state I'm in. I'm going to tell you, I don't understand it. I've never been one to say anything about, oh, it's because they're black or they're white or they're Korean. That's not me. I don't see color. But I am starting to wonder now, this is the second child. Are we not hearing about this child because she's from the projects? Because she's a poor little girl? Is that why nobody heard of her? Why the Amber Alert wasn't out and vamped like it should have been? It's kind of the same thing when a hooker goes up missing. If a hooker vanishes, they'll send a couple cops on it. In the same breath, if a good girl comes up missing at the same time, every man is on it and the hooker is put on the back burner. A person is a person, a child is a child. Why did we not hear of this little girl? She'd been gone since Sunday. So 5 days she was missing. What if an Amber Alert was put out? She could have been saved within hours. I don't know when she was murdered. I don't know if she was murdered that night. I don't know. And then you say in the next breath, a man bought 57 cents worth of gas, but he's not necessarily a suspect. Seriously? 57 cents worth of gas, like blocks away from where this happened, this little girl was abducted from, and not too far from where the vacant building was that her body was found. 57 cents worth of gas doesn't even fill my weed whacker. It doesn't do anything with your lawnmower. It won't get you around the corner at gas prices nowadays. I don't know what it is in Detroit, but here it's like 3 something a gallon. So he didn't even get a quarter of a gallon, just enough to burn a little body, really. There's no doubt in my mind that's more than likely her killer. Hopefully it's on videotape so that they can get this creep and get him locked up before he harms another child. I think that we all need to sit down and write Rick Snyder, because there's got to be a reason why nobody heard of this little girl. They say there was an Amber Alert out on her. Really? Where? In just the inner circle of Detroit? Because I didn't hear anything about it, and my Ann Arbor friend didn't hear anything about it, and my Lapeer friend didn't hear anything about it. So, I mean, one of my friends said I read an article in the newspaper. You read an article in the newspaper? That's not the Amber Alert. That is what that was for. And Donna Norris, somehow, some way, if you, I don't know how to get a hold of you, but if you hear of this or see this video or find out that this little girl was not, the alert wasn't put out properly, you need to get a hold of Rick Snyder. He is our governor, and tell him, hey, listen up, this isn't working. I thought it was supposed to be within minutes of a child missing the Amber Alert went out, and again, 5 days, and nobody heard anything. 5 days. I have this thing set up on my Facebook and my MySpace and my Yahoo and my telephone, my cell phone, that as soon as the Amber Alert is issued, we check it out and we forward it, we post it, we keep an eye out. I received nothing. Nothing at all. So Rick Snyder needs to be getting himself a little phone call from Donna Norris letting them know that he is not, we're not happy campers and it needs to change. Just because you're a little girl from the projects doesn't mean that you should have any less respect at all than what a little rich girl would have had. Because like I said, Haley Cummings, within minutes I knew. Kaylee Anthony, within minutes I knew. This little girl, not so much. I knew within minutes of Elizabeth Smart. And Elizabeth Smart's waist date's over too. We knew within minutes of her being missing, and she was like 13 or 14, I believe. And no offense at all, I mean, Elizabeth Smart had a horrible, horrible, rough time while she was abducted by these people. It was bad, and I'm happy she safely returned home. But if we can find out about her, why can we not find out about a little girl that's less than 400 miles away? Why? I disagree. I think it's wrong, but who am I to judge? So, anyway, write Rick Snyder, figure out what's going on, and to the family of this little girl, I'm so sorry about your loss. May she rest in peace, free from harm. Nobody can hurt her now, and I hope this child gets more justice than Kaylee Anthony got. So that's all I have to say right now. I'm really angry. I'm trying to really hold it all in. I will talk to you guys later. Alright? Have a pleasant day, and remember, when something good happens, pay it forward. And give a smile to somebody that lives next door, down the street, down the road, at the grocery store. If you can make one person's day more pleasant, more power to you. Talk to you later, folks.